Have you ever stopped to think about what people really notice when they first meet you? I mean, what's the very first thing? Well, you might be surprised to learn it's probably not what you think. Today, we're going to dive into the science and the psychology behind why your hair makes such a huge first impression and what it's secretly telling people about you. So just take a second and really think about it. When you meet someone new, what's their brain actually locking onto in that first instant?
Most of us would probably guess our outfit, right? Or maybe our face in general, or our smile. And yeah, of course, those things are super important. But believe it or not, they aren't the absolute first thing our brain decides to process.
The answer, and this is pretty wild, is your hair. Yeah, before you've even had a chance to say hello, their brain has already taken a mental snapshot of your hair, its shape, its condition, the whole deal. So what's going on here?
Well, it all starts with how our brains are wired. See, there's a surprisingly simple and logical reason for this, and it really comes down to the incredible speed at which we see and process the world around us.
1 to 2 seconds. That's it. That is all the time your brain gets to make that first initial read on a person. It's this lightning-fast process that's literally built for survival, and it has to prioritize some signals over others.
In that tiny window, your brain isn't worrying about the little things like the exact color of your eyes. Nope, it's scanning for the big stuff first. Large visual shapes, things that create contrast. And what's one of the biggest, most distinct features framing your face? It's your hair. It's like your brain registers the outline of a person before it even starts to fill in the details.
Which leads us perfectly to this next idea. Just think of your hair as a frame for the masterpiece that is your face. It's not just sitting there, it's actively shaping how everything else is perceived. And that frame is incredibly powerful. The right hairstyle can totally highlight the shape of your face, it can draw attention straight to your eyes, and it can even make your skin tone pop. But on the flip side, a frame that's maybe a little distracting or unkempt can pull all the focus away from your best features. And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. It's something the pros know inside and out. Hairstylists have this saying, hair changes the whole face. And that's because they truly understand its power to completely redefine a person's entire look.
But this goes way deeper than just how our eyes scan a scene. Our focus on hair is also a kind of evolutionary shortcut. It's like a piece of ancient software that's still running in our modern brains. For thousands and thousands of years, hair has been one of the quickest, most honest signals of a person's health and vitality. You have to remember, our ancestors didn't have lab results or doctor's notes. They just had visual cues. And hair, well, hair was one of the most reliable cues they had.
And our subconscious minds are still making those same connections today. Healthy, shiny, thick hair can instantly signal things like good nutrition, hormonal balance, and just general youthfulness. It's basically a nonverbal billboard for your overall well-being.
So we've got the brain's super fast visual scan, and we've got our deep evolutionary programming. Now let's add one more psychological layer to this that really ties it all together. It's called the halo effect.
To put it simply, the halo effect is this funny little mental shortcut where our brain sees one positive thing about someone and then it just kind of creates a halo around them. We see one good trait and our brain automatically assumes everything else about them is probably good too.
This is exactly what happens with hair. If someone's hair looks healthy, clean, and well-styled, our brain just jumps to all sorts of conclusions. We might unconsciously assume they're also confident, that they're organized, that they've got their life together, all from that one single powerful cue.
Okay, so we've gone through the science, the evolution, the psychology, but what does this all actually mean for you day to day? What's the real takeaway here?
First and foremost, let's get this straight. Your hair is part of a first impression, but it absolutely does not define your worth or who you are as a person. This information is meant to empower you, not to make you feel anxious.
And here's the really great news. You do not need to spend a ton of money on fancy products or expensive salon visits to make a good impression. That's not what this is about at all.
The most crucial takeaway is that the biggest impact almost always comes from the simple stuff. Just cleanliness, basic grooming, finding a simple, tidy style that feels like you, taking care of your scalp. These are the small, consistent habits that really make all the difference.
So let's leave you with this really powerful thought. Before anyone gets to know the real you, before they hear your voice, before they get your sense of humor, before they know your awesome personality, their brain has already noticed your hair.
It's a fast, unconscious process that we're all doing all the time. But now you get it. You know how it works. So the only question left is, knowing what you know now, how are you going to make that first signal count?